What's up, everybody? This is Whisky in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm reviewing Glengoyne 10-year-old. Alright. I love the presentation of Glengoyne. Their bottlings are super nice. They use this standard bottle for the 10 to the 21, and then the 25 is a little thicker, a little bit more elegant, but all of them are really nice in my opinion. I recently tried the only Glengoyne that I wasn't able to get in Canada, which is the Glengoyne Teapot Dram, compliments of Roy Aquavita, and it is incredible. Honestly, if you have a chance and you're ever at the distillery Glengoyne in Scotland, I highly recommend you pick that up. Hopefully Roy and I will be able to do a live event soon with the Glengoyne Teapot Dram, the Linkwood 27-year-old that he sent to me, as well as Exotic Cargo, which is a blend. Alright, we're going to try to do all three of those in the same night. This one is surprisingly good. It's about $75 Canadian at the LCBO, probably much less in the United States and in the UK, but $75 seems to be the standard rate as far as what Scotch goes for in Ontario as soon as you get into that quality range. You can get some steals at a lower price like the Tomatin Legacy, which I will be reviewing shortly because I think it's a good bang for your buck, and for those of you that don't want to spend north of $60, that's definitely the one for you. So that'll be coming up shortly. I want to try to get some of the ones in the back here that I've been pushing off. Although they're very good, there's no reason why I've been pushing them off, like Johnny Walker Double Black, Craigellachie 17, probably butchered that name, and Benromic Sassicaia. Sassicaia is an Italian wine, so this is aged in a super expensive Italian wine barrel. Sassicaia costs about $200 a barrel in Ontario, or a bottle, sorry. That's just for the wine, so you can imagine how expensive that cask probably was for Benromic. This is a 9-year-old. It is age stated because it tells you the when it was barreled as well as when it was bottled. So 9 years old. Really good stuff. All of these will be coming up shortly, as well as I haven't forgotten, my boys Chenny and C sent me Cavalon X Bourbon Oak that I really need to do, and they also sent me Linkwood 15-year-old, which I really need to do as well. And while I'm doing this, I might as well show you that I recently traded for a Bowmore 18-year-old, which is coming up. I got a chance to try this last night. It's awesome. I traded my Glenfarclas 17-year-old. If you watch my Glenfarclas 15-year-old review, you know why I traded off my 17-year-old. I don't want to take the chance on not enjoying that whiskey, so I decided to go with the Bowmore 18-year-old, which is around the same price. Maybe I got a little, the guy that traded with me got the better end of the deal as far as price goes, but I'm happy with this because I tried it last night. It's really good. I also want to mention, for those of you living in Ontario, that Deanston 10-year-old cask strength, unchill filtered, PX finish, aged for 2 years in PX wine casks. It's amazing, and it's $80 at the LCBO. That's kind of unheard of to get something that good at cask strength for that price. So if you're out there, you're interested in a cask strength whiskey, you're interested in a cask strength Scotch, that's the one you want to get. And last but not least, of course, I need to do my Old Pulteney 21-year-old. That's coming up shortly as well. Nose and taste. Okay, so there is a little bit of sherry maturation in this, but it's mostly ex-bourbon. It's got a very nice malty nose, which is common with younger Scotch, especially high-quality younger Scotch. And for me, that's kind of what I love about Scotch, is that malty cereal nose. And if it can carry through to the older expressions, even better. But often you lose it with a ton of sherry maturation or just age, essentially. Really nice. A lot of caramel in this one. Some fragrant, like apple. The nose is beautiful on this. Smooth, sweet, malty. It's got a bit of that bitter oak, but not off-putting at all. Cinnamon finish. Some fruits like apples. A little bit of raisin. Honestly, for a 10-year-old, it's awesome stuff. I really, really like it. I think you guys will really like it. At $75 a bottle, there probably is stuff that's better out there that you could get. Actually, better is hard to say because this is really good. A lot of people look at the age, 10 years old, they think, I could probably get a 15-year-old for 75 bucks or a 12-year-old for 75 bucks. The 12-year-old is actually only 10 bucks more than this. I think it's $85 at the LCBO. The 12-year-old is probably my favorite up until the 18-year-old. So it goes 25, 18, 12, and then the 10, and then the 15. So I really like the 15. I'm not knocking it. And then honestly, the 21 is probably somewhere in there too, but I honestly really like this 10. And the 15 and 21 were the only ones that I wasn't over the moon about. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe I need to try it again. Maybe I got a bad batch or whatever. I think the 15 is excellent. I gave it an A. It could be improved on the nose somehow. I'm not sure how they would go about doing that, but for me, the nose was kind of flat. The taste was amazing. So this one has both. It does taste a bit younger. It's 10 years old, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's bottled at 43%, so you're not getting an over alcohol taste, like alcoholic type taste on the palate. It's not burning, it's not rough, none of those things. So I honestly recommend this. It's really good stuff. It's an A for me for sure. Maybe a lower A, like an 85, 84-ish, right? Going in close to the A- range, but it's still an A. And at 10 years old, I'm pretty sure in the States, you guys could probably pick this up for about 50 bucks, maybe less. And for those prices, it's a steal, okay? So, especially if you like bourbon aged whiskey. It's got a nice texture to it. It's not flat at all. It's not light, it's not watery. It's got, for a 10-year-old that's bottled at 43%, it's got a nice viscosity to it. And just a ton of nice flavors. So, I highly recommend it. It's up to you. I've tried all the Glengoynes that are available to me so far, from the 10 all the way to the 25. I've tried the cast strength, and I've also tried now the teapot dram, and they're all great, in my opinion. I love Glengoyne. I'm a little bit of a Glengoyne fanboy, but is it my favorite distillery? Personal reasons, probably. Glendronach's right there, Macallan's right there, and I think actually it probably goes Glengoyne, Glendronach, Highland Park, and maybe Macallan after that. There's other incredible distilleries, but I think as far as Scotch goes, those are my top 4 right now. That could also change, who knows. I really like Tomatin as well, so that's an A. Hope you guys like this video. You guys can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all right? Add me as a friend. I'll be sure to do the same. Also, you guys want to check out Snups. I have a group going on Snups. It's an app where you can share your collection, so if you guys want to do that, you can do that as well. And you can also check me out on Patreon. Cheers, guys.